What up, gamers? It is Will777JP, and we are back. And I am reading this article from Push Square right before bed, as I always do. I always tend to read something. And the article title is Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 will conquer a hefty chunk of your PS5 storage. So then the question popped in my head. Well, first I questioned the article. It's like, damn, how big is it? And in my head, I'm thinking 120, 130, 100 gigs. And then the question from me to you is, what is a game, or not a game, but what is too much? What is too big, right? And I'm going to read this article with you guys real quick. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because of the question. And also, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is my most anticipated game of the first quarter of 2025. I mean, hands down. I've been looking forward to this game for a long time. I have it pre ordered. I am ready to freaking go. Now, of course, if we start getting news, before the game comes out that it's buggy or it's a mess, then I will definitely cancel that pre-order. But that being said, I got the gold edition, so we'll see what happens. But let's read some of this article real quick. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is set to be a very robust and in-depth sandbox RPG, so it's no huge surprise to see that it boasts a fairly big file size. As per the ever-reliable PlayStation game size on X, Henry Sophomore Adventure will take up 84 gigabytes of your PS5 storage space. We've seen heavier demands, of course, but it's still a sizable requirement. So when I saw that it was 84 gigs, I was like, that's it? That's not that big at all. That is not that big at all. In today's world, if it's a highly anticipated game, big AAA game, and it is a well made game, very well optimized, graphics are gorgeous and beautiful, I expect the game file size to be over 100 gigs. And if it's under that, I have a little bit of a question. If it's under 80 gigs, then I really start to ask questions, right? Let's continue and I'll go more into what I just said. If you're the owner of a shiny new PS5 Pro, the file size probably won't cause any issues thanks to that roomy 2 terabyte drive. But if you're on the base console and you haven't upgraded your storage over the years, then this is kind of the game that may force you to for a deletion or two. Most bigger budget PS5 titles tend to eat up around 50 to 80 gigabytes these days. But did you see Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 staking a claim on 84 gigabytes of your storage? Tell us what you're deleting in the comment section below. Um, I mean, we have had games that are 130 gigs, like Horizon Forbidden West, Jedi Survivor. I think that game's about 120, if not 130 as well. Huge, huge games. But you can definitely tell that the quality of these games is just phenomenal. And to me, those types of games are worth the storage space that they have and then plus, right? But then you have games like Call of Duty who are over 200 gigabytes. It's completely ridiculous, right? And Call of Duty pisses me off so much, right? Because I just want to play the campaign. That's it. But they make you download more than just that. If it was just a campaign, Call of Duty would be right around 50, 60 gigs. I believe it was. But somebody correct me in the comment section if it was about that size with just a campaign, not including all the other crap that they make you download. But do you guys agree with me or disagree with me? Do you feel like if it's a big budget, we're talking about Horizons, the Spider-Mans, the Halos, the Gears of War, these type of games, if that they're under 80 gigs is a little concerning, just a tad bit, right? And the reason I say that is because what's being affected here? Are graphics going to be affected? Or is it going to be the length of the game? Is that going to be affected? Is the size, how just the general size of the game, is that going to be affected? So just some questions for you guys. What do you think? Am I crazy in thinking this? And I'm not saying that games that come out under 80 gigs are terrible. Absolutely. That's ridiculous. One of the best games I ever played in my life was like 500 megabytes. You know what I mean? So it's not about size per se, but it's more about how beefy that game is, right? Like a Horizon Forbidden West. That game is beefy. You have voice actors, you have, performers. I mean, the graphics are one of the best in modern gaming. The length of the game, easily 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 hours. It is a beefy, big triple A game. And I expect something like that to be right around that 100 gigabyte download or install. All right. Alan Wake, that was about what, 80, I want to say it's like 80 something gigs download. But once again, the graphics in that game look phenomenal. The game was beefy for the type of game that it is. I think I beat it in about 20, 25 hours. So that's a pretty beefy game. Not as big as an open world, of course, but it's a beefy game for what it is. What do you guys think? Am I right in assuming that a big beefy AAA expensive game should be over 80 gigs and at a minimum? Or am I completely, it doesn't matter. A game could be a big beefy AAA game, can have the looks, can have, all the features that we want under 80 gigs. I don't know. I don't know if that's the case. I feel like something is lacking if it is under that. A game that stands out to me, I think it's Rise of Ronin. I think Rise of Ronin is like 60 or 70 gigs, and you can tell that that game visually, like fidelity wise, graphics wise, isn't up to par like to a Horizon, right? Like it's lacking. If a Horizon we consider to be a 10 out of 10 graphics wise, I'm not saying it is a 10 out of 10, but if we use that as a benchmark, I would put Rise of Ronin at about a 7. You know what I mean? Which would explain the difference um in 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 how large the game is. So let me know what y'all think. Just a quick little spiel before I go to bed. Otherwise, thank y'all so much, man. Check out my video that I posted today. My 10 box arts PS4s that I think look the best, and let me know what y'all think. Otherwise, we will catch you tomorrow, December 7th, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our Just Playing Live with me and RPG88. We're going to be streaming, playing some games for a couple hours, and having a good time. If you want to join us, hit me up in the comment section or DM me. Let me know, hey, I want to join y'all, play some games, and we will make that happen. Thank y'all so much. Keep it gaming.